What is going on, guys? Back with another video here today, taking a look at the latest Halo blog. I know I'm a few days late. It's been kind of a busy weekend. Obviously, rearranging my office. I've moved my desk, so things may look a little bit different, but this is the new setup, and it's much, much better for me. My wife now has her office. I have my own. So expect more content from me because it's going to be a little bit easier to get in here and do some recordings. But with that out of the way, I want to talk about Halo. I try to do a Halo video once a week. At least I'm going to try to do it in 2021. I haven't been the best about it, but I'm going to continue to try whenever I see any news or blog updates or anything I think worth covering. As somebody who has loved the series for a very, very long time, obviously rocking the shirt, I've seen a lot of problems with Master Chief Collection, and I don't mean in terms of just all the nonsense that happened when the game came out. I mean in terms of trying to keep the game relevant. And that's very, very hard to do, particularly when there are so many other games out there and so many other great games out there that it's difficult to, keep drawing back on a franchise that is as old as Halo is. And you're talking about Master Chief Collection dating back to original Halo, which has grown a long, 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 considerable amount of legs. People still play it, not nearly as much as I think they should. And 343 has a very difficult challenge right now of trying to make that game relevant. So one of the things that they've done as an initiative is this weekly flighting update where they try to keep things new, make new changes, keep tweaking the formula to get more people engaged, more people playing, most importantly, higher quality matches. And that's what one of my biggest frustrations is that I'm going to be talking about today. But let's go through the blog post first. I will post a link in the description below. It's a little tricky to get to because it's not flagged at the top under one of the other posts that you would normally see, like the newsletter or anything like that. This is just a blog post, but there's still some pretty good information in here. This is from Postums. And there's a couple things we're going to be talking about this week. The Because You Beg trophy, Halo 3 weekly tournaments are back. Tribute to Black History Month, ban quits and when you can quit and when you should quit, and then just a general update. So first and foremost, I talk a lot about the challenging challenges. And as you guys know, the Because You Beg trophy is probably one of the absolute hardest trophies to get in the planet. I talked about this before. I'll mention it again. You have to do it on Halo Reach. You basically run and jump off, and you have to assassinate an elite before you fall to your death and die. There are so many times you will do this achievement and the game doesn't trigger it because it thinks that you bounced off the elite or the animation didn't trigger the way that it should. And a lot of people have been having frustration with this. I have also had frustration with this. If you go back and look at my original Xbox profile, Viper Magic, which I am still locked out of, by the way, you will see that I have every Halo Reach trophy for the Xbox 360, except for one, and it's this one because it had a lot of problems triggering. Well, in their infinite wisdom, 343 has once again decided to bring this back into the fold, and they have decided, hey, we're going to make this a trophy again, which is a very bizarre idea, but it's going to be tied to a challenge. The challenge being the Mr. Chief helmet, the one that everybody wants with the goofy face painted on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about really quickly, I'll go ahead and pull it up for you. This is Mr. Chief, and here's the helmet. There. So it's a very, very goofy looking helmet. It's a lot of fun. People have been wanting it. The only way to get it is by completing this challenge. And after a lot of forum posts and a ton of YouTube videos and a ton of overall comments, 343 has come out with a blog post basically saying, hey, yeah, guess what? Turns out it is screwed up. Anybody who had attempted the old achievement before and completed it, the logic for that achievement still lives in the game and it was marked completed. So the only way to fix it is to do a workaround. The workaround, in case you're wondering, by the way, I'm going to open the tab here. It's wiping your saved data and pulling everything back off the cloud. This will eliminate every customization you have for every game, every control scheme, every option, any progress you have in any campaigns, any character customization, anything you've done, weapon skins, all gone. Doesn't mean it's deleted. It just means you're gonna have to go back into each individual game, each individual setting, each individual control type for each individual game and change everything just for a chance to try it again. This is a horrendous, horrendous, horrendous approach. This is such a horrible idea. And this is why when everybody saw that this was the official achievement that had to be done in order to earn this Mr. Chief helmet, which everybody wants. This is the worst way to do it. And then to go a step further and say, now you got to basically wipe your saved data and start over, download everything from the cloud, spend, at least for me, 30, 45 minutes going through every single option, every single control scheme, and every single customization, and rebuilding basically 5 Spartans and potentially elites if you like to toggle between the two. How dumb. How dumb. It's frustrating. This is not going to win people over, guys. This is not going to make people excited to play your game. Now, the Season 5 challenges, on the other hand, those are a lot of fun. And I think I have the blog open here. Yep. Season 5 Anvil, which I did talk about in a previous video. I will post a link to it. It should be popping up somewhere as a card. It'll be in the description below if you want to go back and check that out as well. I did a deep dive of what to expect from the Halo Season 5, and there's some really, really, really cool stuff in here as well. Obviously, the Mr. Chief helmet, which everybody wanted, but some pretty fun things. Gold skin vehicles like the Gold Mongoose, really cool BR skin. Now, here is the problem with this BR skin, and this is what is frustrating me and what I alluded to at the beginning of this video. Master Chief Collection, obviously an old game. Not a ton of people are playing it. It's hard to find matchmaking sometimes. I got up this morning. Today, by the way, is February 7th, 2021. I got up this morning. It was a Sunday morning. It was about 9 o'clock. I logged in to play some Halo competitive because I need to get this achievement, which is the Who What Win. Who What Win basically means you have to play and win 25 ranked match-made games, not social games. They have to be ranked, not just play them, win them. I waited about 15 minutes for a Halo 3 4v4 and nothing popped at all. I got 0 hits. So I was like, well, okay, I guess Sunday morning is not the time to play Halo. A little bit dejected. I started clicking around and I jumped into Halo Reach, particularly the invasion mode. Now, invasion mode is really, really, really cool. I will probably be doing a deep dive video on this at some point in the future because it's such an exciting concept. And for those not familiar with Halo Reach Invasion or forgot about it, it's essentially 6v6 objective style gameplay, Spartans versus elites. You have a starting loading class that has a predetermined loadout and a predetermined ability, and your objective is either to attack or defend various points across the map. Vehicles are introduced a little bit later on in the attack, and it's a lot of fun. The problem is the toxic community is really, really hurting this game. So I have a little bit of a video here. I'm not going to show too much of it. I'm just going to go ahead and mute it here, because I had some audio over on top of it. And I am playing it in ultra wide. So for everybody who's saying, hey, can't see anything, here you go. Go buy an ultra wide monitor and join the club. But it's a 6v6. This is the map called Boneyard. The problem is within about 20 seconds, the enemy team drops 4 players almost instantly. Almost instantly they quit. This game is an attack and defend game. They do not backfill lobbies, particularly on ranked matches. I understand why. Unfortunately, if you were on the other team and all these players are leaving, guess what? You're done. Simple as that. There is no way you are going to attack and successfully overtake a point from myself and 5 other highly trained Spartans by you and maybe one of your buddy's friends' help. It's impossible. I don't care if I was playing against Walshy himself. We would be able to beat anybody 6-on-2. That's just the way this is, particularly since this game does a very detailed loadout. Since this game does a loadout where you basically are only getting certain weapons. It's not like you can spawn with power weapons. There's no rocks. There's no snipers. It's basically, you know, very basic. Now, once you take that first control point, then yes, what ultimately happens is more customizations open up, which do offer some variety of gameplay. Eventually, you can get like a shotgun or a jetpack. You can get, you know, better weapons than just kind of the basic AR, which, by the way, I love. AR is my favorite gun of the game. But more than just the basic weapons. But let me tell you, you are not going to charge a hill with an AR or a needler and be able to defeat us. And this game just falls apart. In every single ranked game I have played so far of Invasion has resulted in a win solely because the one team quits. Sometimes I'm lucky and it's the opposite team, and I'm able to win because there's nobody, like this game, we just walk it in. Essentially, I walk in the flag completely uncontested. It was 6-1 at the end. That's how bad this was. Those are great because, hey, I get my win. I need my win. I need 25 wins so I can get my battle rifle skin so I can go back to social games where I have a lot of fun. Yep, there's your first one. Another guy quit. Or maybe not the other guy, but you just keep watching. You'll see him quit. Oh, you probably can't because my picture's in it. Yeah, right above the map, it just said somebody quit. And I think in a second, I'm going to go ahead and hit tab. You'll see it pop up and it'll say, you'll just be able to see how many names are grayed out. But unfortunately, what ends up happening is this is a very difficult challenge to complete. It really does become a very big drain because you're playing over and over and over. Now, there are other ranked matches, as I mentioned. There are Halo 3v3, they're duos, which is probably the most sought after mode right now, which is good. Yet another person quit. Yet another person quit. We're up to 3 quits right now. And this is where, the ranked portion really does get frustrating. So when you ask yourself this and you're thinking, okay, I'm 343 Industries. I'm trying to inject life back into some of these older modes because let's face it, Invasion, as fun as a mode as it is, people like to go around and pick up power weapons. They want snipes, they want rocks. I get it, right? You want to have those things. And you may not necessarily want to play this. Now, it kind of forces you into a partnership with another friend who is going to be your teammate. He's going to be or she is going to be your mobile spawn point. Anytime you spawn into the game, they are going to basically be there for you. That's where you're going to trigger into the game, or you can go way back to the base, which is pointless. So playing with a friend is absolutely critical in this. A lot of times you'll spawn with people. They want to team kill you right away because they're not happy with how long it took you to get out of combat for them to spawn back in. I've gotten a slew of nasty messages from people posting me nasty grams, basically saying I suck, I've been reported, I don't know how to play, I'm trash, whatever. These are the games you need to beat in order to successfully complete the ranked challenge. And this is a major, major frustration. This is something that really breaks the game. Now, 343, there you go. Look at that. I just, can I go rewind a little bit? Hold on, let me go back and rewind. That was so fast. I think I went back too far. There were 2 people left, by the way, if I don't get back to it in time. There were 2 people left on the blue team at the time I hit the button to get a tally of how many players were left in the game. This is unacceptable. So if you're 3-4, there it is. If you're 3-4-3, how are you going to combat this? How are you going to combat this and say, you know what? If you sign up for a ranked game, you're taking away now these 4 people, Mr. Devilisher, MCX, Bipedal Skink, and Arnold72. I'm calling your asses out. You guys ruined the game for everybody else. You just did. You wasted everybody's time. Now, it kind of was my benefit because, like I said, I got the win, which is awesome. But for the rest of you guys, you're punks because you ruined the game for everybody else. It takes a while to get into a queue. Finally get into a queue. Here we are. Let's have a nice quality match. We're going to have a little 6v6 love. Maybe I win, maybe I lose, but at least I'm going to try and give it my best. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because you just ruined it for everybody. So how does 343 fix this problem? Well, they have said that we are going to work on better quit bans. Okay, so let's take a look at what their brilliant solution to quit bans is. PSA. If you quit out of a game early, either intentionally or unintentionally. By the way, yes, we do have internet issues occasionally. Ain't nobody quitting intentionally. It's or unintentionally. It's always people rage quitting and just, I'm done with this. Oh, this sucks. My teammate sucks. And I have the messages to prove it. I have 4 messages in my Xbox chat right now from people who write me nasty stuff after the game, tell me I'm a loser, I stink, I suck, my username sucks, I don't know how to play the game, why am I not attacking the objective fast enough, why didn't I run away so I could spawn onto you? It's really a lot of fun, guys. You will receive a quit ban if you are within the first 50% of players to quit your team. So now 343 is grasping at straws. Instead of saying, you know what, if you quit, we're going to punish you. That's the only way to do it. And this is going to force people who want to play to play. And yes, maybe the community will shrink because people are like, ooh, I'm going to get punished for quitting. Well, maybe I shouldn't play. Don't play then. Save it for people who are willing to dedicate the time, even if there are only 8 people left in the world. 8 people left in the world that play Halo competitively, or who are all logging in to at least see a match to completion without team killing their friends, without spawn quitting, camping, with whatever, just objectively trying to play their best. You got a game. And guess what? It might not be the best game, but it's a game that you're going to see all the way through. And you could shuffle up teams and do matchmaking to try to put one good guy on each team and one stinker on each team, whatever. I don't care about that. But all you need is 8 players to make a quality game. I just showed you a game. Here it is again, in case you forgot. I just showed you a game in which 4 people left like that and ruined the entire experience for everybody else. So 343 in their infinite wisdom is going to give you a 1-minute ban if you quit. 1 minute. Ooh, that's enough time for me to go get a glass of water, bio break, say hi to my wife, alt tab and check Reddit. If you're a Facebook guy, an Instagram guy, change your loadout, look at your skins. I mean, really a lot of things can be done in a minute. And by the way, not punishing at all. The second offense, now you're starting to see some chronic people here quitting quite a bit. You're going to get a whole 3-minute ban. What a big timeout for you. Third offense, 5 minutes. Now 3 games you've ruined for other people. We're going to give you a 5-minute ban. That is a complete joke. Fourth offense and any additional offense, a whopping 10-minute ban. Now you're starting to get into one of those categories where you're like, maybe I should go play something else. And you know what? You're right. You should play something else. I would say add zeros to all of these numbers. Now you might say, oh, my internet stinks. Okay, there's got to be some grace period in there, or let people jump back in. If there's within a minute, maybe they can reconnect. If they can't because the technological issues are too high, I understand. So what they're saying is if you're in a 4v4, the first 2 people that quit on your team receive the ban. But then if you're number 3 or 4, we're going to let you quit without penalty. You don't have to play it out anymore, which I guess is okay. I appreciate that. And I've played some games through to the end because I felt like I needed to. And my KDR is in the toilet because there's been games I've gone like 9-23, 9-25 because I'm just getting destroyed. 1v4s, 1v6s, you name it. I've been there, man. But this Spartan doesn't back down. But here we are. I mean, this is really, really bad. This is really frustrating. This needs to be fixed, and this is not a good solution. This is not. There are too many people who really want to play this game. There are too many people that are really invested in trying to level up and get the Season 5 content. And we're having a difficult time doing that because of stuff like this. So rethink your policy, rethink this stupid achievement that you want people to get. Think of a logical way in which people can casually log in and get it, because that's all the people that are really left in the game anyway. You're not going to you still have pros playing it, but my point is ease up on some of this stuff, okay, guys? Let's just do kill 1,000 enemies and get a gun, or ride a ghost for 5 minutes, or play 50 multiplayer, goofy games. Go play, I don't know, a griff ball, something like that. Don't give us stuff like this. This is dumb. So that's really, really frustrating me. And the last thing, and I think I'm going to save this probably for War Never Changes podcast later in the week, specifically about the next flight will bring new places to play, a new place to play. And I think a lot of people are really overreading what that statement means. But I think I'll stop this video now. It's getting kind of long, about 20 minutes. I want to close out with this. I appreciate 343 Industries continuing to invest in Master Chief Collection. There are a few of us that still play each and every day, that really enjoy the game, that enjoy the challenges, that enjoy the weekly challenges, the monthly challenges, getting all the cool armor, all the content, all that great stuff. I'm definitely following that camp. Unfortunately, the way that people are treating this game right now and the enforcement that you are not providing to people, the fact that you are basically allowing people to quit without penalty is unacceptable, and it's hurting the game, what's left of the game. There is a small community of us left who still genuinely care, who still are making YouTube content, who are still very invested in this franchise. It's making it difficult for us to play. So I beg you, rethink your policy and punish people who want to ruin the game for everybody else. And with that, I am closing out this video. I hope you guys found it informative. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.